Clarity doesn't perceive flaws as permanent stains. It sees them as missteps ripe for redirection. It doesn't cherish the stumbles, but the chance to set them right. When you falter and feel lost, clarity whispers that you're reaching out for aid. Yet, if you push away the lifeline extended to you, you'll doubt it's yours to wield. In that refusal, you withhold it from others too, chaining yourself to the illusion that you lack the strength to mend what's broken. For every unhealed fracture distorts your view of the power within you, a power that can restore. If it can heal and you block its flow, you rob yourself and those beside you. Should they share your doubt, you'll both imagine yourselves adrift, forsaken. But clarity offers a different path. It spares you both. By refusing to let healing stand alone, healing isn't a solitary gift. It can't be claimed or cast aside without the other. Chaos insists it can, but clarity reveals the truth. You can't. See yourself as flawed and still behold another as whole, who gazes inward with shame and outward with wonder, who surveys a fractured world yet stands apart untouched. Chaos screams of separation, but clarity murmurs unity. If you're woven together, how could your thoughts be locked away, solitary embers with no spark to share? And how could a ripple in one heart not stir the waters of another? If spirits intertwine, isolation is a myth. No one dreams alone. Just as the divine dreams not without the guide, only in fragile shells could such division seem real. A mind wouldn't hoard its visions unless it mistook itself for flesh, for only flesh. Divides, and so it fades. Chaos builds its nest in division. Clarity finds its hearth in union. Yet leaving chaos behind isn't about fleeing to new ground. It's about welcoming clarity where shadows once reigned. Chaos and clarity gaze upon the same scene, but their lenses differ. One blurs, the other sharpens. Chaos wages war on clarity, shoving it aside to claim the throne of thought. Clarity doesn't strike back, it simply steps in, soft and steady, ready to reclaim its place if the lost choose to hear it. But those adrift in chaos don't know their own longing. They cling to fleeting forms, letting delusion crown them. Real clarity couldn't play that game. If you shield the shell you wear against the voice of truth, you'll miss the meaning of both yourself and the shell. The shell doesn't sunder you from your kin if you believe it does. You've wandered into chaos, yet chaos has a mission. It arms itself with purpose and the tools to make it stick. To see a barrier where clarity knows only a bridge is to court madness. Could you spot it if clarity called? What could wedge itself between what flows unbroken? If no gap exists, how can one piece be barred from another? Clarity would point this out, but pause. What must you grasp if this is true? Choosing fracture over mending, you doom the guide to an endless rift, unreachable and unhealed. Your choice declares him lost, cut off from you and the divine, with no path home. You shape him thus, and he'll reflect your lesson back. To you, you can only offer him the self you craft, and what you wish him to be mirrors what you claim for yourself. Don't mistake this for dread. It's a simple truth, not a judgment. How could a truth unsettle unless it clashes with a lie? You prize above it? Clarity assures you this truth is your freedom. Neither you nor your kin can be struck alone, nor can one embrace a miracle without the other basking in its light. Clarity, like love, soothes rather than startles. The strength to heal, the guide, lies within you because you're bound as one. You hold the key to how he sees himself. A shift in your heart can rewrite his entire story in a breath. The moment you choose to mend yourself, his wholeness blooms alongside yours. Clarity unveils this unity, gentle in its aim, guiding you from chaos to truth's embrace. Here, you shed the weight of denying what's real, a burden far heavier than reality itself. Your unity is your deliverance, a treasure from the heavens, not a chain of fear. Does the sky feel like a yoke? In chaos, perhaps. Yet what chaos paints, clarity dissolves. It promises the heavens are your heart's true. Desire your only desire. Heed the one who speaks with clarity, aligning your sight with his. Let clarity be your compass, steering you from delusion's grip. Don't cower behind chaos to dodge the truth. What chaos cloaks, the divine unveils, inviting all to revel. In its glow, you are your kin's keeper, as he is yours. Clarity sings this gladly. This tender design was born of love, by love, and what love weaves mirrors its essence. Whole, it bids you see what you are. United with it, you're entrusted to share what it offers still. Pause an instant in joy to accept this gift for your kin, and together you'll uncover what's bestowed on you both. To give is as sacred as to receive, neither outshines the other. The guide is ever blessed as one. As his thanks flow to you who lifted him, clarity reminds you no blessing stands apart. His gratitude echoes the divine's own praise for making him whole. Here, clarity alone reveals what you must be. The divine is as near as your kin, yet what could be closer than your own soul? Your sway over the guide doesn't threaten his essence, it affirms it. Where else could his freedom rest but within, if he's already free? Who could bind him but himself if he denies that freedom? The divine isn't mocked, nor can the guide be caged save by his own will. His liberation springs from that same will, his might, not his frailty. He holds his own reins. Where he offers mercy, he soars. Where he casts blame, he lingers, bound, awaiting his own grace to break the chains. The final echo, don't you see that all your turmoil stems from the odd notion you're powerless? Helplessness is the price of fracture. It's the one demand. Chaos makes to hold its sway. Only the powerless can bite its tail. Vastness tempts only the small, and only those who first shrink themselves find allure in its shadow. Betrayal of the guide is the shield of those who don't align with him. You're either his ally or his foe, cherishing his oneness or tearing it apart. No one deems the guide weak. Those who feel helpless must see themselves as something else, his adversary, perhaps. What else could they be but jealous of his strength, fearing it through their envy? These are the shadowed ones, hushed and trembling, isolated yet unlinked. Dreading his might undo them, lifting their frailty as a banner against him. They rally in a legion of the lost, waging a bitter grudge to drag him down with them. Not knowing they're one with him, they can't name their true target. It's a ragged band, as apt to wound each other or themselves as to recall their shared spark. The shadowed ones roar with fury, loud and fierce. Yet they don't know their foe beyond their hate. In spite, they gather, but never truly unite, for unity would melt their venom. The legion of the lost dissolves before strength. The steadfast need no deceit. They don't crave powers, mirage, or play its game. How does a legion fight in dreams? Wildly, chaotically striking anything with anything. A breeze becomes a blade, a whisper a titan, a spark a storm. Love flips to loathing in a blink. This isn't a force, it's a frenzy, a cacophony of clashing whims. Weak indeed is this legion of the lost. It wields no tools, faces no foe. It can scour the earth, hunting a phantom, but it'll never catch what isn't there. It dreams up a rival, only for it to shift mid-chase, driving it to seek another, never resting in triumph. As it races, it turns inward, mistaking its own shadow for the great enemy that slips away, morphing endlessly. How cunning this foe seems, shifting beyond recognition. Hate demands a mark. Faith in fracture needs a villain who trusts in chaos yet dares to lack an enemy. Could they admit no one stripped their strength? Clarity would urge them to stop chasing ghosts. First, they must dare to see a world without one. They needn't grasp how just glimpse it. Fixating on the incomprehensible only deepens their sense of lack, letting chaos point the finger inward. Instead, let them ask these questions, choosing their answers to set the path. Do I crave a realm I shape, not one that shapes me? Do I seek a place where strength, not weakness, defines me? Do I long for a world free of foes and flaws? And do I wish to see what I've turned from because it's true? You may have nodded to the first three, but the last lingers, daunting and distinct, yet clarity insists they're kin. We've said this time would highlight what's alike. In the alike, this final query, the one you must settle, seems to carry a shadow the others shed. That shadow proves you still suspect truth might be the enemy you'll meet. Here lies the last flicker of hope to cling to chaos over power. Don't forget, choosing fracture or truth, weakness or strength decides whether you wound or heal. Healing flows from might, harm from frailty. You can't heal what you strike, nor strike what you'd heal. This choice seeing through flesh or beyond sets the course. It's how isn't your burden. It's what is your call. This is about roots, not branches. Weigh your answer to that last echo still unanswered. Clarity will show it's tied to the others and answered there too. Then you'll see when chaos looms in any guise, just ask, is this my vision? Do I choose this? That's your single lever, the hinge of what unfolds, not how, but why you steer this. Choose a world without foes or frailty, and the way will unfold. Why does that final echo matter? Clarity knows. It's the others wrapped in time, those can shift made, unmade, remade. Truth stands firm, a state beyond wobble. You can wish for a realm that bows to you, then rethink it. You can trade weakness for strength, then falter at a flaw's glint. You can yearn for a flawless world, then let a foe lure you back to flesh's lens. Yet all ask the same. Will you swap chaos for what the divine sees, a sight chaos denies? Those who chase fracture miss the real. The last echo adds a plea for steadfastness, making that vision your soul star. Saying yes, there seals the others with resolve, renouncing the itch to waver. When wavering fades, all is settled. Why doubt the others are firm? Must they ring so often if they were? Until that last call is clear, your yes teeters with no. No one spurns joy deliberately, but they might if they don't see it. If joy dances now here, now there, a fleeting wisp, they've chosen against it. Elusive joy, shifting with the wind, is a hollow trick. True joy holds steady, won by releasing the chase for the fickle. It shines only through unwavering sight granted to those who seek the steady. The guide's desire proves he's not the helpless one he fears. Want what you will, and you'll see it real. Every thought can free or fetter none, leaves its maker untouched. The unseen turn our thoughts perilous then to shells, yes. Thoughts that kill teach their wielder they're mortal too. So they fall because of what they learned trading. Breath for dust proof, they prized the fleeting over the firm. They sought joy, surely, but not as truth, not as constant. Steady joy baffles you. Yet if you could dream it, you'd crave it despite the mystery. It bends for no exception, unshaken as the divine's love for what he made. Clear as its maker's knowing, it sees all as one, ignoring the fleeting, desiring likeness and finding. It's so, nothing rattles it, for its own will stands firm. It dawns on those who see the last echo as vital, as peace greets those who mend, not judge. Clarity vows you can't seek joy half-heartedly. If you get what you want, and joy is steady, one ask secures it forever. If it's not yours always, you didn't ask, for no one misses what they truly seek, believing it holds promise. They might err in what, where, or how, but they'll ask, as desire is a plea the divine always meets. He's given what you truly want, yet what you waver on, he can't fully grant. His gift waits for your welcome. You who fulfill the divine's will, his joy with a will as mighty as his unlost. And illusions ponder why that final echo lingers undecided. Your answers so far nudge you towards sanity, but the last asks if you'll embrace it fully. What's the sacred moment but the divine's call to see what he's given? Here's clarity's grand plea. Behold what's ever-present joy that could be yours always. Here's peace you could live forever, unveiled by denial. The final echo's answer waits here, your wish already granted. Time bows before your will for the unchanging. You've asked nothing block the sacred bond you share, or your sight of it.